Welcome back to the Daily Crypto Market Update. Good news. The big beautiful bill is passed the Senate. This basically is giving the green light for a lot of money printing to happen in the United States, maybe even a switch to quantitative easing. Is the crypto market rejoicing and celebrating? No, why would it? It's completely disconnected from whatever is happening in TradFi, which TradFi is super duper bullish right now. So here's the deal. We still have our bull flag intact, and a bull flag has a bullish outcome despite how bearish this feels. Yesterday, my video on Coin Bureau Trading was perfect timing because this bearish engulfing candle was 100% spot on. I told people in the Better Traders Club actually yesterday that I expected, like, once we lost this support level, that we're going to see Bitcoin close at least 1%. That's exactly what happened. Now, the real thing to focus on right now is targets. So I expect Bitcoin to inevitably reach about 97K by the 13th based off of all these patterns. So the first drop took 14 days, 2 weeks. The second drop took 13 days. So if we're looking at 13 days-ish, then we're looking at a possible bottom here of 97K. But here's the thing. When we look at price action, we can clearly see that Bitcoin has not closed below $100,000. We've seen these long lower wicks, but seeing the price of Bitcoin close below 100K, I have a hard time seeing that happen. If it does, it's going to be no bueno. It's going to be real bad. So I am mostly expecting the price of Bitcoin to reach this range down here and then print a really long lower wick, maybe like a 4% lower wick. And when that happens, we should see it complemented by a lot of volume, showing a lot of buyers stepping in. So that's what I'm expecting for BTC in regards to our bull flag. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, just so you guys know, TBT bearish divergence clusters called it. This is a pro tier indicator. I know that not everybody can afford the pro tier, the Better Traders Club, but these indicators are ridiculously awesome. I love them. Sometimes they're too early, just like any other indicator, just like RSI, moving averages, Ichimoku Cloud, MACD, whatever. But man, do they get it right. Another thing to kind of drive the nail into the coffin is that we got a TBO close long on the 4-hour time frame, which is the inverse of a close short. Now, it's not necessarily the end of the world, but we do need to be paying attention to this. I have one more thing I want to show you, but I'm really hesitant to share it with you because I don't want to cause any more panic. But on the weekly time frame, right now, BTC is in process of printing another TBT bearish divergence signal. Now, I will say, when the slow line is pointing up like this, these TBT bearish divergence signals don't have as much weight. I'm not as worried or concerned when I see that, but it's still not a good sign. I mean, the last two that we got back over here printed in May and also in June 2024 before Chop City 2024, okay? We saw lots of chop. I really don't want to see Bitcoin go below that 97K price, not like we saw back over here, but we know, historically speaking, that summer is usually Chop City. Now, I know we have this big, beautiful bill. I know things are very different in TradFi. I know things are pumping over there, and we should see that money rotate into crypto, but right now, and the week has just gotten started too. We still have to wait 5 days for this candle to close. So it's too early to panic or freak out. And even so, I won't be panicking, but it is worth paying attention to. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. Another thing to be aware of is that on the total crypto market cap, this one again, the macro trend is down. The slow line pointing down, even though the price is kind of to the top side, it looks kind of okay. It's not. We've been in bearish consolidation ever since it dropped here on the 12th of June inside of the cloud. So staying inside of the cloud like this is bearish consolidation. Seeing the lowest line right here, which is the TBO Slow line at 2.99 trillion, pointing down, is telling us that we are macro bearish. And on the 4-hour, again, TBT bearish divergence signals. So these are the pro tier signals that are available, which are great. I love them. Now, Bitcoin Dominance actually closed up yesterday, 0.44%, not a lot. And I'm still waiting for a major pullback. We had a little bit of a tease over the last 5 days, ever since Friday, closing red. But again, what is the macro trend for this chart? The slow line is pointing up crazy strong. All 4 lines of the TBO cloud are separately pointing up higher. This chart is strong bullish. Even with a pullback, it's massively bullish, not just on the daily time frame, but on the weekly. This thing is on fire. So the best thing that we can do is to not nitpick every single little moving and every little pullback that happens like, oh, this is the one. We really do need to wait for Bitcoin dominance to hit at least 70%, 69%, and that's still about 7% away. So we need to see Bitcoin dominance shoot up way more before we can start calling the top for Bitcoin dominance, before we can start calling alt season. And this is probably going to take, probably until October or November when we see Bitcoin top out. And then we're going to see a rotation into alts. And then everyone's going to forget about alt season, or they're going to deny alt season because there have been too many little boys crying wolf, wolf, wolf. And you already know who they are online and on X. I don't know why you guys follow these people on X and YouTube, but they scream alt season every day. It's like, guys, no, it's not happening. Stablecoin dominance continues to move up higher. This is also reflecting an increase in fear in the crypto market. Very much similar to, I guess you could say, gold. When we see the price of gold rising, that's indicative of fear increasing in the TradFi market. So when we look at stablecoin dominance increasing, that means the whole crypto pie, where we see Bitcoin at 66, more than half of the pie is dominated by Bitcoin. But as we see this percentage grow for stablecoins, this means that we're seeing the market pivot away from alts, not really not away from Bitcoin yet. We're seeing actually Bitcoin is increasing, right? But for stablecoin, it's starting to grow. And there is a top side of this. There is resistance up here at 9%, which is an increase of 9%, funny enough. That's going to be a lot of pain in the crypto market. And again, it will probably correlate to a quick wick down to 97K, and then it will retrace. So if you're looking for confirmation on when you might want to build a position in an altcoin, you might want to wait until stablecoin dominance hits 9% or this resistance level. And this will be an excellent entry into a lot of coins, in my opinion. Now, there are still entries to be had. I just want to share with you a couple things. My automated long that was set up over here on alt trading. I need to fix that green color. I can do that right now. I'll show you where it is. It's pretty cool. I can do all this stuff, which is awesome. I'm going to make this just a little bit brighter. I actually like that. Cool. Save settings. Boom, done. So my entry over here, I actually took out 50% of the trade because I saw the price of Bitcoin struggling at resistance. I had a sneaking suspicion that there'd be a pullback, which there is. So this first red arrow right here is where I took profit first for 3%. And then I left the other 50% in just in case I was wrong. But I did protect profit, which means I put my stop loss in the profit zone. So I actually closed out with just under 2%. It's a really lame win. But to be honest, if I get these cumulative wins over and over and over, even if it's 2% over and over and over, and just compound my profits back into the next position, this is how you grow an account. I'm going to keep updating you guys on this because I know this is going to continue to blow up this year. And there are also other positions that are doing really well here, like Link. This one was a position that lasted for 10 hours right over here. So it actually opened here. We can see it buying a little bit more and it sells on the bounce. Perfect. Look at that timing. And notice it didn't keep buying on the way up, nor is it buying on the way down. Like these are our free TBT signals that are available on alt trading. Look at how well this has traded all of this. It is literally insane. I have not intervened, as in I haven't done anything to rescue any of these trades going back all the way over here. And I have to zoom out a little bit more. Here we go. This is May. There's actually way more. And yeah, look at that. Look at that. All hands free. You guys. So anyway, it's amazing. And there's also our better crypto signals, which I'm going to leave a link for this at the end of this video today, because these signals are different. These actually are much more, they're prepared for way more drawdown. And look at this automated signal right here. I want you to see this. This is insane. So it started the position here, bought more on the dip, and look where it's buying right here. Now, this is not AI. This is just me knowing how this stuff works, measuring it out beforehand, using back testing, going back to January 2021. Look at that. Look at that entry that's already set up in case of a fat finger. That's going to get filled. And the craziest part, Just like this. This is our entry, DCA1, DCA2, sell on the bounce. Boom, 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 boom. Like that's incredible. And these are all 5% wins. Like I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but again, it's just over and over and over. Even this right here, look at that. That's incredible. This is our entry, DCA 1, 2, 3, sell on the bounce. Perfect. That is awesome. Now, if you want access to those signals, you have to join the Better Traders Club. And you can do that with the link in the description below. You go to our website, you click on Club. And when you do, if you want access to those signals that I just shared for like Filecoin, that's in the signal tier and above. They're called the Better Crypto Signals. Again, I'm going to leave a video explaining these signals and how ridiculous they are. These are actually going to be the signals I'm going to be using during the bear market next year. And I'll be updating you guys on the progress of that. But basically, these are battle tested. They survived the 2022 bear market with the FTX collapse, BlockFi bankruptcy, Terra Luna crashing, Celsius, like all that stuff. And they came out flying, golden, like a phoenix from the ashes in profit. It's insane. Now, if you want access to other stuff like the TBO, you got to get the trader tier. The pro tier includes I don't even know why why is it down there? I need to have them fix this. This should be at the very top because it is literally the best thing ever. The TBT divergence indicator, which is actually the signal that I use for the free TBT signals. So let's keep going in today's analysis to check out today's picks. So we have a couple of charts we need to watch first. Now, remember all the good news yesterday about Solana's ETF? Yeah, I don't know either because it doesn't matter. Not in this market. It's so sad. Our CME gap was filled. So yay, that's amazing. It did move above resistance and it got smacked back down. We are still below the cloud. We are still strong bearish. Nothing really new there. Grass. This one lost support, but this one is still a good chart in case you are very much a risk-on appetite kind of guy or gal. I say that because the main thing here is that grass could still fall down here to about 91 cents. I fully expect it to wick down here and do a quick little pop up, just so you know, because this was already basically, it's showing the market it will go down here again. It could also go lower. Just keep that in mind. It could go a lot lower, but I'm personally expecting grass to fall down here to about 91 cents, then do a quick little pop. From the current price, it's not that far away. It's only like, 10%? It's doable. Axle, you guys might not remember this one, but this one had a pretty incredible pump back at the beginning of this month and is now almost fully retraced back down to TBO support. I'm actually expecting another little move, not necessarily to the same scale, not even 50%, but just keep your eyes out. Eyes on that one. Pengu, this one is seeing so much volume on Binance. It's weird, really weird. Tuesday's volume, 3 times greater than the average. And look at price action right here. It's a big nope. Volume is amazing. Price action is baffling. RSI, it's losing strength. It's also failing to break above TBO resistance. This line is not drawn by me. This is automatically drawn by the TBO indicator. This thing is insane, you guys. Like this is why is my favorite indicator. It's so good. Now, for some bullish news. Bitcoin Cash, yes, Bitcoin Cash is still a good looking chart. We still have these breakouts. It is still strong bullish above the cloud. All 3 lines are pointing up, even though the slow line isn't pointing up dramatically like Bitcoin Dominance's chart, but it's still strong bullish. On the 4-hour, it printed another TBO breakout cluster. Just like back over here, it did retrace 7% before shooting up a lot higher. So we could see another repeat of that. One good target, if you're looking for a target, is just using your eyes here, right? We can see that the price has fallen below the cloud. From our top to our drop, it's about 11%. Top to our drop, it's about 13%. So if we're looking at about 12% or even 11%, it's about 467 right here at the slow line, which is always a really interesting target because we want to DCA, which is what I'm talking about. We want to DCA into fear. So we don't really want to necessarily buy right now. We want to wait and capitalize on any sort of fear-based dump or panic selling that happens. So that should happen next for Bitcoin Cash, given what's happening to Bitcoin still. Arbitrum, this one had a really nice pump on Sunday. It is now fully retraced back to the TBO fast line. We do have a close short. This is supposed to be our entry, but because we're seeing a very bearish Bitcoin with a possible target of 97K, Arbitrum could also very well fall all the way back down here to TBO support, 19%, even down here to 22%. So you might want to just wait on that. It's a little bit risky. You could start a position here with the DCA strategy, but if I were to do that, let me put it this way. I would be putting in this right here would be my first order, and then I would put more here, and I'd put way more down here. So like 1, 2, 4, or one lot, 2 lots, 4 lots. Okay, that's how I would approach this trade, but it's risky. Jupiter, same story. We saw it pull back to the fast line. I do expect it actually to fall down a lot more, 20% down to TBO support. Onyx coin, this one had, what's that dot doing there? You're so cute. Get out of there. It fell back to the fast line. It's still falling. I do expect it to fall back down here, unfortunately, because of Bitcoin's price action, which is again another, 8%? It should fall lower, to be honest. It has fallen a lot lower. There is support down here. The reason why I'm sharing this stuff is because if Bitcoin's going to be falling from the current price, and let's go ahead and put that bull flag back up and make things really neat and clean, okay? If we see the price fall another 7% because of the, oh my gosh, what is it called? It's my own thing. What is it called? The multiple factor effect. Brain fart, complete brain fart. If Bitcoin's going to fall 7%, then we could see Onyx coin fall down 14 or 21% from here. So seeing it fall down 14% would mean a lower low. This is really low. There'd have to be some really bad news for that to happen. I don't expect that to happen, but you never know. You might get lucky with a fat finger. Hype. This one is very interesting. It has a green tag here because this one is still bullish in my books, and I think it's great for trading. The reason why I think it's great for trading is because even though it made a low back over here, and again, it could make a low, it is very volatile, but it's actually doing well. It retraced back to the fast line. It's kind of doing a nice little oscillating move here. We're doing this higher low, higher high formation. That's good. But the more I look at this chart, there was a huge drop in volume, then all of a sudden it's going right back up again. That's really interesting to me. I think that hype is actually going to surprise us with a move, which would be extremely surprising. But again, just like Kaya was pumping crazy when Bitcoin was going down, there will always be outliers. So hype might be the next outlier. We'll see. Aave, this one took a huge hit, falling down to 213, which from the current price is about 17%. We could probably see that happen again, but it's still moving back to the fast line. The slow line is pointing down. It's still bearish. We do have support here at the 618. But there's a target down here, but I still think that it has good moves for trading. Jito is on another level. This chart is one of the best charts I've seen in a long time for DCA style trading because these moves are incredible. 30% and a pullback of 17%, pullback of 14%, pullback so far of 17%. But these moves are amazing for trading, which is no wonder why I've added Jito to my July watch list for DCA bots. And I'm pretty sure that I included a DCA bot template for Jito as well. So all of you trader and pro tier members of the Better Traders Club, you're welcome. Kaya, even though this one is looking pretty dilapidated and it's falling down, the 382 is a decent target of support. We saw the price fall down here to about 1451 or so, but it did respect the 382. Now, one thing that's really, really obvious about this chart is that it's pretty beaten down. And usually charts like this that were already previously bullish, that get beaten down, they're going to have a second wind. Now, this is the second wind right here, so maybe this is the third wind. But the main thing I'm saying is that I think that this 382 level will hold. Also, look at the difference in volume. Really similar to hype, actually. So Kaya is showing similar momentum. It's actually getting it back. It's not perfect yet because a perfect move would mean like this volume should be exceeding over here or even over here. But I think we might see a surprise move coming up for Kaya. It's risky, but I think that's what's in the works. Kaito, this one on the 4-hour time frame. Why is this here? Oh, this one is here because of price action, because I like the fact that we're doing higher lows and higher lows and higher highs. So if we're looking at support, the main thing to watch out for on this one, Kaito, is this level, which is the TBO fast line. There should be a quick little whip up. It's just for a quick scalp. It's honestly not for anything super long term, but it is interesting to watch. Now, some bearish news. Again, Maker has another TBO close long. Just so you know, when we see lots of these blue diamonds, these blue dots, printing over and over and over, this is letting us know that the chart's developing a lot of weakness. It doesn't mean that it's over, but when we see a lot of these happening in a short amount of time, it's not a bullish sign. I'll just put it that way. And again, because of the multiple factor effect, we could see Maker fall down actually down here to the slow line, down to 1500. So just be careful. But because we have a TBO close long, we are expecting Maker to go back up to the fast line. It's risky to trade against the grain right now, but this is a short-term target of 1905. Yeah, and SPX6900, similar story. Yesterday closed inside the cloud, down 9%. So we have our fast line as a target. Note what happened last time. We actually saw it drop a lot more. It fell down 30% before tagging the fast line. So the reason why I share this is because we never ever sell on this signal. Because even here, selling and giving it to the fear, the max panic, selling at a 16% loss is no good compared to rescuing and waiting for the price to go up. It actually goes up even higher. So we wait for the price to bounce back up to the fast line, even if it takes a while. One thing to keep in mind about this chart is that as much as I love SPX 6900, the reality is that the slow line is still, I don't have that. That's funny. The slow line is still flat. So a flat slow line means no trend. It's literally just flat, but it's usually a bearish outcome, just so you know. But we are expecting a short-term move up here to the TBO fast line, which is a 12% bounce. Last but not least, SEI. This is one I've been watching still, but unfortunately it printed a TBT bearish divergence signal on Monday. I shared this and I said, it's not such a big deal, but we're probably going to see another one print as well as a TBO close long. The main thing to watch for this chart is volume. How will volume respond? Because I said volumes have falling down a lot. We're not seeing it even yesterday exceeding the moving average. We need to see a huge burst of volume to show that there is support for the chart. Now, with the multiple factor effect in mind, if we see Bitcoin fall down 7%, SEI could easily fall down 14% or more. Even down here to the slow line, 20%. If things got really ugly, down here to TBO's support at 1636. So I don't want to see it fall down that far. I think it's reasonable to see it fall down here to 21. And if it does, again, we just want to wait and capitalize on any sort of fear like this. A big pullback on fear and then buy and sell the bounce because we wait for the next moment of fear. And even down here, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to rhyme anymore. But you get the idea. We just need to be patient. So again, you don't have to use leverage to thrive in this market. To be honest, the best thing you can do is take our course, 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom, because it's going to teach you how to reduce your trading time to just 15 minutes a day in front of the screen using automated trading tools on all trading using the free TBT signals, which are amazing, which I showed you before for Bitcoin, for Litecoin, for a link, we have actually it's like 21 or 22 trading pairs, which are back tested and they're incredible. So check out the course, and I really want you to watch this video next. So until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.